If you've been struggling to get crispy chicken out of your air fryer, this is the video for you. I'm gonna break down how to make crispy chicken easy, simple, and you're gonna be able to do it every time. And it's not just chicken. I'm gonna show you 3 recipes that everyone's gonna love. So buckle up, bring your taste buds, and get ready because these 3 are perfect for every occasion. And starting straight out with some crispy chicken wings out of the air fryer. These are my favorite, and they're simple to make. It's just a couple quick things you have to do to get them crispy out of the air fryer. And for the seasoning of the wings, follow this list of ingredients. I use this on most of my wing recipes, minus the Montreal seasoning. I just wanted to add some texture to these wings, and it brings great flavor to it. Coming right up is the air fryer part, which is gonna be a little different than the next recipe. The next recipe is gonna be a Nashville hot chicken sandwich, one of my favorites, but it's cooked totally different. Wings are different. In a wing recipe, it's the baking powder that really dries out that skin and gives it that crispiness. It's not cornflakes or eggs or anything like that. So stay tuned so you know exactly how to do it depending what chicken you're using. So when you place them in your air fryer, you really want to separate these as much as you can and stuff in as much as you can so air can get around it. That's what's important. And make sure you have some kind of grate in the bottom. You really want to give air the opportunity to get all around the wing, and that is what is going to give you the most crispy wing. And so basically here, we're just gonna set it to 385 Fahrenheit for 16 minutes. You're gonna give it a good shake at 8 minutes, halfway, right here. Once you're through giving it a good shake, you wanna spray it with oil again. These kind of wings absorb the oil like crazy. You might even wanna check a 3rd time and give it another spray of oil. It might be the baking powder that just keeps absorbing it. I'm not sure exactly, but you gotta give it a lot of oil for an air fryer. Either way, in the end, you end up with these nice, beautiful, crispy chicken wings that you can eat. You can eat them all, okay? I eat them all every time. Whatever, call me fat, I don't care. I love these wings. And I think I forgot to mention, these are garlic parm wings. This is how you make the sauce. I put all the ingredients right here for you, so just follow along to these and it will come out perfect. The great thing about wings is you can add pretty much any flavor you want to it. If you don't like garlic parm, you can do a buffalo. If you don't like buffalo, you can do a barbecue. There's like a million different flavors that go on. I mean, every flavor goes on chicken wings. So chicken wings are one of my favorite things because you can make them different every single time. And you can also just drop everything on the floor like I did today. What a mess. Oh my God. Okay, and here is the finished product. Just drizzle the sauce over it, mix it up, get it on your plate all nice. Put it on the table for the party, eat them yourself, do whatever you gotta do. These are awesome wings, you're gonna love them. And let me know down below if you've made these or if you're thinking about making these. Chicken wings are my favorite thing ever, so let me know. And also, I have a product coming out, hint, hint, secret coming out. Stay tuned, I'm gonna tell you more about it later, but there might be a product coming out just for you guys, but hang in there. Next up is the crispy chicken, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it at home. That is really good. It's time for Nashville hot honey. It's time for crispy chicken. It's time for a sandwich that I can make every week and a cucumber salad that you can make every week too. I mean, just the cucumber salad alone, I could just eat, but look at this thing. It looks incredible. Let's get started. Crispy chicken at home is simple. You're just gonna take a chicken thigh, which is what I like the most, put it in flour, and then throw it in a beaten egg. And you just wanna make sure everything gets coated really well, okay? Get your beaten egg in here. That's my little trick of how to keep it from making a mess. All over it. You're gonna do the same thing. Once you get it all egged, throw the cornflakes in, crush them up with your hands, but don't crush them. You don't want to put them in a blender. You want to crush them with your hands. We don't want it super fine. We want it kind of coarse and uneven, and that's what makes it feel like real crispy chicken, which it is. Okay, grab your flour and egged chicken and throw it in the cornflakes. Give it a good dredging. Press down on it. This is important. I've said this many times in other videos. Press down on it. That is what is going to make the crust nice and, crunchy and awesome and not fall off. You really want to press it into the chicken. It layers on. It makes layers and layers. You look at it. You can see all the layers. That's what you want. Cook it for 16 minutes at 385 Fahrenheit. Once it's done, it should look like this. Perfect. And ready to be dredged into some awesome sauce, which we haven't made yet, but we're going to do it right now. Okay, for the Nashville hot sauce, you're just gonna follow all the ingredients listed right here, and you're gonna take some hot avocado oil and throw it right over it, and then just mix it in. I actually turned the heat on a little bit here near the end, just because it kind of started cooling down, and you want it to keep staying hot. You want that flavor profile to really start to build. And after that, add honey, which I kind of wish I didn't add honey, to be honest. Maybe skip the honey part unless you want like a sauce. because it didn't coat the chicken the way I'd like it to. See, I threw the chicken in and it kind of did this, you know. I mean, it's fine, so I had to brush the oil on it, but, you know, I didn't love the look of it. If you like it, do it. It didn't hurt the flavor. If anything, it was really flavorful. It just was kind of on the ugly side. Either way, the sandwich was amazing. Now, cucumber salad. I know you love this. Let's get into it. Once again, I'm going to put all the ingredients right here so I don't have to name them at rapid fire and you have to try to remember them. Just they're there for you, okay? Put everything in this. It doesn't matter in what order. Just get everything in there, cover it, give it a good shake. You can use any kind of container. I found this at Walmart. Everybody asked me where I got it. Walmart. Your cucumbers are shaken up. Give them a try. They're delicious. Okay, and it is time to build. It is time to build. So just get your bread, get your sauce on there, throw the chicken, cucumber salad, give it a drizzle, a little sauce here. I got a little Greek yogurt because I'm trying to save weight, a little parsley, and, you know, why not? A little more hot honey. Put it on there, make it look nice. It looks nice, and, you know, get it in your head. And don't go yet because I got a third video. It's a surprise video, and I'm gonna challenge myself to figure out how to make the crispiest fries in the air fryer. And we're gonna get into that right now.
That's really good. French fries are one of my favorite foods, but I don't always want to deep fry them in oil. Instead, I want to cook them in my air fryer. I've struggled to get a crispy French fry out of the air fryer. It always comes out soft, kind of wiggly. I want a crispy, stand up straight French fry. It doesn't limp over when it's time to eat it. Nobody wants that. And that's why we all kind of go to oil. But today we're gonna try these methods. We're gonna find the way to do it. The first method is the basic method. And we're gonna soak our potatoes in water, dry them, and then air fry them. That's it. That's the way we're gonna do it. That's the way most people probably do it, including myself. 2, I'm gonna boil the French fry, freeze it, then air fry it, and we'll see how that one comes out. That one I'm very curious about because I've never done that, and I've heard that doing that does make a crunchier French fry. And then 3, we're gonna boil it, and we're gonna double fry it. We're gonna fry it once at a lower temperature, then we're gonna fry it the second time at a high temperature and see if that yields a crispy French fry. Now that we know all that, let's get started. Level 1, air fryer
So first
French
thing you
fries.
gotta do is cut your potatoes into French fries. I find this method works the fastest for me, but of course there are lots of tools out there that will make this much faster and much easier. Next, you're just gonna soak it in water and get those nice and clean, get the starches out of them and dry them off, and then we're just gonna throw it right into our air fryer. Now, this has basically been the way I have been making French fries forever, and I always ended up with these soggy, not fun looking French fries. They're good, but they're not the best. So once these are dry, you just wanna get some oil on them. You can use a spray oil or any kind of oil you want. I end up using some avocado oil and I just dredge them up, throw them in. Your default settings, 385, 15 minutes. And I'm not gonna lie, these look pretty good. You know, I'm gonna give it a little salt. Salt is always gonna come after the cook, but these are looking pretty good. The problem is you can already see it's bending on the bottom right there, and then right here you can just see, boom, bends. It doesn't break. It doesn't have that crisp. It's just soft, you know? It's delicious, but it's not what we're looking for.
So that doesn't work. I'm not saying it's not delicious, because it is. It tastes good. It's very good. But we want a crunchy French fry, not a sad French fry. The next method we're gonna use is we're gonna boil the French fries and freeze them and then air fry them. Now, I'm curious to see how this works out. I haven't tested this yet. I did boil some last night and freeze them, and they're in my freezer right now. So we're just gonna throw those in and see what they look like. This could be the one. I mean, if this is, never tried this, so it's gonna be live on camera here. I boiled it, I freezed it, and now let's air fry it. Here it is, frozen from yesterday. I can't wait to see how it comes out. Okay, I mean, they're frozen, so. Oh my God. All right, let's give that a spray. All right, we'll do the same thing. 15 minutes at the default setting of 385 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll flip it halfway through. We'll see what it looks like. All right, got them in there for 15, 385. Right, let's go. Oh, I don't know. Crunch. All right, you know, a little salt action, and they're not the craziest crunchy, but they're pretty crunchy. That's awesome. So the thicker ones they still have a crunch, not as much, but thin fries, they have a crunch. Some are more crunchy than others. Probably, reduce the amount, make sure there's room around them, and they'll probably all be crunchy. But I'd say this is a level up. I think we're getting somewhere. And the best part is, you can pre-make these, throw them in your freezer, and for dinner, take them out, throw them right in the air fryer, they're ready to go. 15 minutes later, you'll have crunchy fries. So you can spend a day, cut a bunch of fries like we did, boil them really quick, give them a quick blanch, and throw them in a bag and freeze them. And then you could even portion them out, and then 2 nights a week, take a bag out, throw it in the air fryer, give it a spray of oil, 15 minutes later, you got crispy French fries. That's a pretty good deal for me. I'm probably gonna do that. But we want the crunchiest fries. This next one, we're gonna boil the French fries and we're gonna do a double air fry. We're gonna see if we get those French fries like you get at all the places you love with all the crunchy French fries right at home in your air fryer.
So I did this method first in the second one and then I just froze it. But I think if I had done this and then air fried it at a low temperature and then freezed it, it would have came out even crunchier. But either way, it came out really good. And now I'm curious to see how this one comes out.
I think I boiled it just the right amount of time. Like it's perfect. It's not too soft. It's not too hard. Let's give it a little spray of canola oil. Maybe I might shake that up a little bit. All right. They're nice and coated now. All right, fingers crossed this comes out really crispy. If not, we gotta find something else to do. We're gonna go to phase 4 if not. So let's give it a shot. 10 minutes, 385. Let her go. Okay, that's gonna be the first one. Ooh. All right, we got it. They're hot. All right, so let it sit for a second, and then we're gonna hit it for the second one. I'm gonna give it a quick spray. They're still soggy, but I think this is gonna work out really good. They're oiled. Now let's go in to 410 for 5 minutes. Looks good. That looks good. Oh my God. This is crunchy and delicious. This was crunchy right out of the air fryer, but it didn't hold up. Like it lost it as time went on. So you have a time limit to eat these. The frozen ones never got soft. Just through this testing, I gotta say number 2 was the crunchiest. The frozen one kept the crunch. It never lost it. And that's why I gotta say, frozen French fries in the air fryer is the way to go. And that's it. That's pretty easy. And I think that's the best choice because you could prep everything in advance. And then when dinner comes, you could just take out your frozen fries, throw it in the air fryer, and have crunchy, beautiful fries ready to go with any dinner you're making. An air fryer is about convenience, and I think that's the most convenient option, and it just happens to be the best option. Make sure to go to the channel, like and subscribe. I have more videos like this coming out every week where I can show you how to make different recipes out of your air fryer and save yourself tons of money, tons of time, dishes, and a few calories. I'll see you guys on the next one.